Why does the SEC want $770 million worth of flesh from Ripple? By the way, should the SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce condemn the SEC enforcement action against LBRY? Moreover, will Ripple announce its IPO at the upcoming Ripple swell in Dubai? Endeavor to stay till the end, as I will be asking a vital question regarding the future price of XRP. If this sounds like something of much interest to you, be sure to check out this new video starting now. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel, where we talk about the latest updates on XRP and the cryptocurrency world in general. If this is your first time watching one of our videos, we happily send you a special welcome. We invite you to hit on the notification bell so you never miss another video. We are announcing that this channel has a giveaway of 200 XRP. To stand the chance of participating, all you have to do is simply subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment with the hashtag XRP, and the winner will be announced tomorrow. Attorney John Deaton, the lawyer representing thousands of XRP holders in the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, has made fresh speculations regarding the remedy stage of the case. In a recent tweet, Attorney Deaton said the Securities and Exchange Commission is embarrassed and pissed to the extent that it wants a whopping $770 million worth of flesh from Ripple. Notably, the $770 million mentioned by Deaton is the actual value of XRP Ripple sold to institutional investors. Recall that the court ruled in July that Ripple's institutional sales violated federal securities laws. As a result, the court recently ordered the parties to propose a briefing schedule for the remedy stage. Per the order, the parties have until November 9, 2023 to propose the briefing schedule. However, if the parties do not come to an agreement on a suitable schedule, they shall jointly ask the court to schedule the briefing. With the remedy stage around the corner, Attorney Deaton noted that the SEC wants the entire $770 million from Ripple for selling unregistered securities to institutional investors. Interestingly, he speculated that Ripple will make significant moves to drastically reduce the $770 million the SEC wants as a fine. According to Deaton, the blockchain company will attempt to exclude on-demand liquidity sales of XRP, salaries, and other legitimate business expenses. The legal expert speculated that Ripple could spend millions of dollars in an attempt to reduce the $770 million the SEC seeks. I believe Ripple will be successful in cutting the $770 million figure down drastically, Attorney Deaton added. The pro-XRP lawyer recalled how LBRY cut down the SEC's demand during the remedies phase of its lawsuit. Per Deaton, the SEC requested $23 million from LBRY for selling unregistered securities to investors. However, after 8 months of remedies proceedings, the LBRY judge finalized that the blockchain company should pay a fine of $130,000. Furthermore, Deaton also commented on other aspects of the legal battle, including the prospect of a settlement in the case. In the tweet, Attorney Deaton suggested that the SEC versus Coinbase lawsuit will play a major role in determining whether the Ripple case will end in a settlement. Recall that the SEC charged Coinbase in June with violating securities laws. Expectedly, the San Francisco-based exchange has already filed a motion to dismiss the SEC charges. In response, Deaton made a conjecture that if Coinbase succeeds in having the SEC charges dismissed, it could potentially compel the regulator to shift its stance against cryptocurrencies. This change might then lead to negotiations for a potential settlement with Ripple. However, he forecasted that there would be no settlement if the San Francisco-based exchange lost the case. Meanwhile, top crypto enthusiasts believe the remedy stage of the SEC v. Ripple lawsuit would be intense. Fox Business journalist Eleanor Terrett reported that sources close to the matter disclosed that there would be a big fight during the proceeding. She noted that while Ripple will attempt to reduce the penalty, the SEC wants a huge chunk of the $770 million for its bragging rights. Please, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. Stuart Alderity, the Chief Legal Officer, CLO, at Ripple Labs, has reacted to a recent dissenting opinion issued by SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce regarding the regulator's enforcement actions against LBRY, a blockchain-based content-sharing platform. In a statement issued yesterday, Peirce disclosed that she has been unsettled by the SEC's enforcement actions against LBRY, which was introduced in March 2021. Notably, a federal judge ruled in November 2022 that LBRY violated the law by selling unregistered securities in the form of LBRY credit. Although LBRY appealed the decision earlier this year, the blockchain company voluntarily withdrew the case, citing heavy debts due to high legal costs. The company also announced that it will wind down and its assets placed in receivership to settle debts. Commenting on the development, Pierce noted that the demise of LBRY illustrates the consequences of the SEC's misguided enforcement actions. She described the case as puzzling, adding that both the SEC and the court did not indicate that LBRY committed any fraud. Why go after a company that sold a token for a functioning blockchain with an established use when we could have pursued plenty of other projects that were outright frauds and did not attempt to comply with the securities laws? She quizzed. To curtail a future recurrence, Pierce called for suggestions on how the SEC can right its course on crypto innovation. Reacting, LBRY expressed gratitude to the commissioner for publicly condemning the SEC's enforcement actions against LBRY. In response to her request, the Ripple CLO suggested that Pierce should learn to speak out louder and sooner whenever injustice prevails in non-fraud cases, like the LBRY lawsuit. LBRY made the suggestion after Pierce stated that she did not publicly express her concerns about the LBRY matter when the case was still in litigation. Furthermore, LBRY suggested that Pierce could also file an amicus brief in these non-fraud cases. Interestingly, attorney John Deaton supported LBRY's opinion, emphasizing that Pierce needs to go the extra mile and file an amicus brief in these cases. As you know, 75,000 individual holders spoke up to have their voices heard in court. I think it's time someone from the inside also spoke out in court, Deaton added. Furthermore, a pivotal Ripple event, Swell, will take place within the next 3 weeks. This has prompted speculations about the likelihood of Ripple making significant statements regarding going public at the conference. Prominent figures in the XRP community theorize that Ripple might use this occasion to officially disclose its intention to go public via an initial public offering. Leading the discussion in the community about Ripple's IPO announcement at Swell is XRP enthusiast Radhof Kahneman. While he acknowledged the conference bears significant implications, he speculated what could be in store for the XRP army. Specifically, Wack itemized 4 key possible developments that could ensue from the Dubai conference, with IPO taking the lead. Notably, discussions about Ripple going public via an IPO intensified in recent weeks amid Ripple's successive victories from its protracted legal battle. Besides, Ripple recently hinted that it is preparing for its IPO with a job posting for a senior shareholder communications manager. Given the XRP community's firm conviction in Ripple's eventual IPO, they eagerly anticipate Ripple making statements concerning the IPO amid pivotal events such as Swell. Meanwhile, Wack and other community members anticipate a comment from Ripple about the acquisition of a virtual assets regulatory authority license at the conference. Similarly, they expect commentary on Ripple's central bank digital currencies endeavors, advancements in stablecoin and tokenization, and the introduction of new users to Ripple services. According to Ripple's official page, Swell is a 2-day event to be hosted in Dubai on November 8th and 9th, 2023. It is poised to bring together some of the most brilliant individuals in blockchain, crypto, financial services, and economic policy. Notably, participants will be opportune to explore the nuances of payments and digital cash, gaining valuable insights into the intersection of crypto technology with traditional systems. Also, Ripple stated attendees will explore the implications of regulation for digital currencies. Emphatically, specific discussion topics include the future of crypto, CBDCs, payments, compliance, regulation, and payments. Furthermore, Ripple Swell will feature over 600 attendees, 80 speakers, and representation from more than 40 countries. Now to the big question of the day: what would you do if XRP reached $1,000? Please, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. The prominent American crypto exchange Uphold, renowned for its support for XRP, engineered bullish conversations about the digital asset in the past that have now come back to haunt the firm. Over the past years, the exchange repeatedly pondered the implication for investors in a scenario where XRP theoretically breaks into a triple-digit valued asset. However, Uphold's contemplations have largely gone unnoticed. Meanwhile, the XRP community has exhumed the statements amid the exchange's recent partnership with Ripple. The XRP army now wonders if Uphold has had hidden messages all the while. Specifically, between 2021 and 2022, the US-based trading platform tweeted multiple times, asking the community about their hopes for XRP. Some XRP enthusiasts replied they anticipate the digital asset to trade over $1,000. Uphold maintained a similar reply to such anticipations. It repeatedly responded by asking, "What would you do if XRP reached $1,000? While Uphold's tweets mentioning XRP reaching $1,000 were all statements in reply to other XRP enthusiasts' aspirations, the XRP community has come to assume the exchange itself made the bullish projections. Amid this assumption, they theorized that the exchange subtly hinted at the now public collaboration with Ripple, which should hypothetically facilitate XRP's path to $1,000. For example, prominent XRP influencer Amelie screenshotted Uphold's tweet regarding the if XRP reached $1,000 and added the following remark: "Why has Uphold always talked about XRP hitting $1,000 in the past? Hidden message, $1,000 confirmed?" The partnership between Ripple and Uphold now seems to be something that has been planned for a long time. In another conversation thread, XRP influencer with X username Digital Perspectives Permable expressed a similar view on the Uphold tweet, echoing Amelie's sentiment. However, as so far established, Uphold merely sparked the conversation around XRP reaching $1,000. The projections did not emanate from the exchange. Therefore, it implies there may be no linkage between the bullish statements and the recently publicized Uphold-Ripple partnership. Recall that Ripple and Uphold forged a strategic alliance earlier this week to enhance cross-border payment services. In the official notification, Ripple detailed intentions to utilize Uphold's solutions to strengthen its intercontinental payments infrastructure. Make sure you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, you can help enlighten others just like you have been enlightened by sharing this video to as many people as possible. Let's get this news everywhere, guys. If you are a true cryptocurrency fan, don't miss any of our content. See you tomorrow to talk about the latest news that concerns us all as a community.